weekend game plan gets out into the community with Suburban Newspaper sports editor Mark Lidbetter and the Amateur Sports Report.
Well, he was witness to when my voice left. That happened to be Thursday at the Côte Saint-Luc Golf Tournament. Mark Lidbetter was in attendance. I was chatting with people, blah, 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 ate some lunch, get up on stage. They hand me the microphone, and nothing came out of my mouth. I was as shocked as everybody else was there. Mark, how you doing?
Not bad. Much cooler now, this end of the weekend, the way it's going.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice.
Your voice keep going like that, I won't know you from Ray Kalari tomorrow on the phone.
That's a scary thought. Sports at thesuburban.com is how you can get in touch with Mark for the weekly newspaper or for this weekly segment. Now, Mark, you're scaring me. I'm looking at Mark's news and notes today, and that's a whole lot to talk about sailing, but let's give it a shot.
Well, you know what, though? Quebec's largest annual youth sailing regatta is going to launch off the point of Point Claire here at the Point Claire Yacht Club, and it is the Tri-Regatta, and where an estimated 160 kids from the ages of 8 to 18 have come together for 4 days of high-level training and competition. And this is going to serve as a pipeline for the Quebec Games as Lac St. Louis puts their team together. The kids as young as 8 are going to compete in boats they call Optimists, and that's the tiniest ones. They're boxy, they're indestructible, and a lot of fun. They're going to have other classes, which will include lasers, 4.7s, radials, and laser boats. Those are all one-person crews on that. And then they're going to have teamwork with two-person classes that feature the 29s. Now, those are go-fast skiffs. They can really hit it when the wind kicks in. And the 420s, those are boats that are built to plane on the water. So it takes a lot of skill. And heading it up is Olympic sailor Tyler Bjorn, who competed at the 2012 London Games. He's there scouting for talent on the race course. He's the head of the sailing school at the Point Claire Yacht Club, and Bjorn's mission is to develop Quebec and Canada's next crop of young world-class racer, and this key event is key to the strategy. What's nice is it's a training regatta, and it's a rare kind of regatta, as half the time is devoted to racing and the other to training. With real-time instruction and a non-adversarial setting, the racers can immediately put into action what they've learned from a roster of up to 20 coaches drawn from yacht clubs all over Lac St. Louis Regis, as well as the Ottawa area. And since he's returned from the 2012 Games, Bjorn's been working to develop Quebec's youth sailing, and he says the scene's beginning to set for more Quebec youth sailors to take their place in high-level competition at the provincial and national levels. And those who do well at the Tri-Regatta can earn a spot at the Quebec Games being held in Thetford Mines later this month. So if people want to go out, great vantage point is Alexander Bourgeot Park in the Point Claire Village. Right there, they can see all the action taking place on the water.
Oh, very nice. And certainly the lakeshore, beautiful. If you have a chance to go out there in Point Claire, I've spent maybe a few interesting nights there too. All right, let's move on. Rugby, some rugby news here, Mark.
Yeah, Miss Edgar and Miss Cramp's school, ECS, they might be a small private girls' school, but ECS is big in athletics and rugby in particular. Their juvenile squad racked up a very impressive season that included 2 GMAA championship in the rugby 7s and 11s divisions. They added the Sherbrooke Tournament 7s title and a very prestigious Rothsay Rugby Fest championship in New Brunswick. Now, this team has been built on great chemistry. They've been together pretty much since grade 7, so they've developed that good bond and skills, obviously. And as the school year was coming to an end, Rugby Quebec announced the players who would make up the roster of the girls' U16 Team Quebec squad, and there were 4 members from ECS on that list. Team captain Grace Anderson, Ella Skye Fedor, Christina McFarlane, and Natasha Dykman. And perhaps these players will follow in the footsteps of a pair of ECS alumni who have gone on to great things in the sport. One being Olympian medalist of the Canada Sevens, Bianca Farella. And then you have Emily Bidwell, who was a 3-time Women's Collegiate All-American and was selected to 2007 Collegiate Player of the Year while playing for Brown University. And she's a former member of Team USA, who is now the general manager of women's high-performance rugby for USA Rugby. So, really good program.
Indeed. Mark, finally on the diamond.
Yeah. We have a pirate who's serving up some cans of corn for the St. Clair Green Giants. When the Quebec Junior Elite Baseball League got underway, Miguel Cienfuegos was part of the Laval Chevrolet 440 Pirates pitching rotation, but he had an opportunity that was presented to him to pack his bags and head to St. Clair, Ontario to join the Green Giants in the Great Lakes Summer Collegiate League. Now, Cienfuegos made the move to challenge himself against the higher caliber of ball to benefit his pitching and his hitting as well, because he's playing some outfield for them when he's not on the mound. But more importantly, it was to have the exposure to college coaches and scouts that perhaps would produce an offer of a scholarship down the road. And while the can of corn in baseball jargon is a pop-out, Miguel probably has induced several hitters to do just that. His control has been impressive. To date, over 22 and two-thirds inning, he has 33 strikeouts to only 9 walks. And he's hitting at a .333 clip as the team is one game out of first in the Northern Division, and I love some of the squads that are there. The team that's in front of them is the Lima Locos, and back of them they've got a couple of teams, including the Saginaw Sugar Beets and the Irish Hill Leprechauns. But don't worry, too, for the Pirates. This is a short-season league, and Miguel will be back to help the Pirates in the postseason campaign.
All right, I want Trent and Dewey to start rocking a Locos jersey. That's pretty cool. Sports at thesuburban.com if you want to get in touch with Mark for this weekly segment or for the weekly newspaper. Thanks so much, Mark.